Hey everyone, welcome back to Eat the Cake Anime. I'm your host, Jay Renee.
And I am her ever-loving husband and sidekick, Ron.
Hello, sidekick producer Ron. Hello, ever-loving husband. Okay, y'all, listen. One Punch Man. I have thoughts.
Very, very good anime. I'm going to give it top honors. It's that great bit of action, goofy, sci-fi. Yeah, it's what good anime is.
And for me, One Punch Man is a meh. It's all right. Yes.
Oh my God, you're breaking my heart.
Listen. I understand. Yes. Okay, you guys. One Punch Man for context. Superhero manga series created by One, and it has been around for a long time. A superhero that can defeat anyone with a single punch. Come on now. So he's bored, and because he's bored, the way the anime follows him, you got to listen. I tried to do the 3-episode rule with One Punch Man. I kept watching it. I don't see anything that says, oh my God, this is so great. I think I made it through maybe 8 episodes.
Okay, see, you just don't see the redeeming qualities of Saitama One Punch Man.
Help me.
Where he worked so hard, doing all these push-ups, doing all these crunches, doing all these squats, running all these miles, and end up losing his hair, where he just...
Oh, that's why he's bald.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Where he basically... See, you need to continue watching. Where he basically surpassed God in respects to his strength. Now he's so strong, and I'm trying to understand why you don't see the greatness.
Because the manga might be different, but y'all, let me tell you something. The anime showed him walking through, buying groceries, being bored, and maybe it's because I watched this in dub. Maybe I should have watched it in sub. I stopped when the cyborg, the little young cyborg, was it Genos?
Genos, yeah.
Yeah, when Genos came, after he got defeated or whatever by the Mosquito Girl, and then One Punch Man, what is his name? Saitama? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saitama, beat the monster who beat Genos. And then they joined the Hero Association, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, it just kind of took a turn. He doesn't say much. He doesn't do much. You've trained so hard that you can knock people out in one punch. So what good are you? Why are you joining the Hero Association? See, I haven't even gotten that far. All I know is that they, want to, I guess, become famous. I don't know.
See, this is a case where you need to continue watching the anime. See, what happened was he used to be a regular office worker, and he ended up saving this kid. Mm-hmm. Once he saved this kid from this, what we're going to say, a lobster monster, his life took a little bit of a different turn.
Okay. So it's the origin. So it has an origin story without trying to give too much away. It has an origin story.
And he continues to train, and then he becomes so strong, and then he's actually going out on missions and helping people. But other heroes are like claiming what he's actually defeated these villains, and other heroes happen to be in the area. We're not going to mention the name of the Class A superhero that everybody thinks is doing all this stuff, but he gets baby, you just need to watch it.
Listen,
I can sit here and go on a rant in respects to One Punch Man.
The first season, y'all, let me tell you, the first season, I think I made it about, I feel like 8 or 10 episodes. And this is another anime that's almost 10 years old, but it holds up because I think there are 150 chapters, 150 volumes of the manga, and I think it's still going. Mm-hmm. I think the manga is still going, and the way they draw him, the way he looks, it just does not look like your average typical superhero, or even some of these superhero-esque animes we have watched. Hell, even Marvel and DC, it doesn't have that look. The only thing that's superhero-y to me about Saitama is the cape and the little suit. That's about it.
See, it's another thing where you have to continue watching it, sweetie. He has his regular everyday face, which is kind of like plain, and then you have his serious mode, Usually his serious mode comes about once he has on the superhero costume and he's in a situation where he deems it necessary that he has to put forth his action, his strength, his everything. And then he becomes One Punch Man. And if you look at it, you see the difference in respects to everything.
Well, I remember when it was on Toonami, and when it was on Toonami, I was just like, this doesn't look interesting. Let me just kind of, leave that alone, whatever. And then I came back to it, I think a year ago, and I'm like, what is this? We had to talk about that. And you were like, you're not watching One Punch Man? Oh, you need to watch Saitama. It's like really, really good. The first episodes, I was just like, well, when does it start getting that good?
Okay, but think about it, baby. You said the same thing about One Piece.
I did, and everyone knows, y'all, at Eat the Cake Anime, honey, One Piece is a whole thing. We have to devote like 2 months to One Piece because, don't get me started, I don't want to deviate. Let me finish One Punch Man. But yeah, I mean, this has spawned like a lot of things. Yeah, it's webcomic, you had video games, live action film, and I saw all that with the research. But y'all, honestly, for me, one who loves shonen, one who loves, fighting anime, one who loves like superheroes and things like that, I just could not figure out, how far do you have to go before you start getting to the good stuff in One Punch Man?
Maybe episode 3 or 4.
Maybe episode 3 or 4. Okay, so when Genos finally came, when Genos came in, he was like, okay, I want to serve you, master, I want you to, mentor me, things of that nature. He took it on reluctantly, but then it's just like, there's nothing that I could see. Maybe, and it's like, maybe that's the problem. Everybody knows, like, okay, at this age, we don't suffer fools gladly, and we don't waste our time on certain things that don't hold our interest, which is why I'm a big fan of the 3-episode rule. Like, okay, you have an opportunity to get me. And those of you out there, some of you all are more impatient than I am. So if you don't see this, I've had people tell me if nothing's popping off by the end of the first episode, the middle of the second, they leave it alone. So what is it about One Punch Man do you think would hold someone's attention? Do you think if they watched it in sub? Do you think if, it was a different time? Or like, what do you suggest? Like, what would make this anime so great? Or what makes this anime so good to you?
Because it's an anime that knows exactly what it is. I mean, it doesn't try to be a straight up shonen action anime. It doesn't try to be a straight up comedy anime. It just tries to be good. I mean, you got Genos, you got Speed of Sound Sonic, who's this like super ninja, kick your butt, and I don't want to give too much away, but
okay. Are they allies? Okay, so tell me this: are they allies or are they foes?
Okay, Genos is a friend. Sonic is a foe. But babe, I really think that you need to watch it some more, because once you get into it, I mean, you got this quote unquote regular guy who rides around on a bicycle and saves people and helps things out by the name of Moomin Rider.
You see what I mean? You're on a bike and you're helping people. You have trained yourself to be in peak condition, peak condition to the point where nothing moves you. You don't have a challenge. It's just not, I think it moved for me. I think it moves too slowly. I think that's what it is.
But it doesn't move. Baby, you need to watch some more of this.
Okay.
I mean, and it also fits into the same world as, what is it? Something 100.
What, Zom 100?
No, not Zom 100. With the boy with the psychic powers.
The boy with the psychic powers. That's not telling me anything. We are up here in anime. We are firmly ensconced in anime.
Okay, forgive me. I've watched one too many anime, so a lot of them get mixed up.
Y'all, I thought I've seen a lot of anime. Producer Ron has me beat like 6 Ways to Sunday, and there's literally 12,000 anime shows out there, and I will say that he's watched at least a third of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about a kid with an eye. What? I don't know what that is, but
He's got psychic powers, and whenever he gets angry or whatever else, more of his psychic powers come out. His master, he has like this ghost.
I don't know.
Okay.
See,
I'll
y'all,
figure
he's
it out
all
in a
over the
minute.
place. Yeah, Eat the Cake Anime. Let me tell you something. For me personally, for Jay Renee, the One Punch Man. I mean, even my niece Jalea says that One Punch Man is good, but maybe I just have to keep pressing because the 3-episode rule really doesn't apply in this particular situation
For you.
for me because it's not moving as fast as the ratings indicate, the storyline, the popularity, the manga, all of that. So yeah, I have questions.
Okay, go ahead and ask the questions. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I asked what made it so great. And then did you know that they had a video game as well?
No, that I did not know.
Yeah, the video game was out in 2023
Mm-hmm.
and apparently it was good. They've had a live action film. Did you know about that?
No.
Yes, they have a live action film, but the thing about it is it wasn't like released. It's just like in development. And earlier this year, they had some different people to come in to like rewrite the script and this and that because you had Avi Arad that was supposed to be a part of the initial project. Yes, but then something happened, and so now he's no longer associated with the live action project. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's the big deal.
I remember what it is.
What?
One Punch Man exists in the same world as Mob Psycho.
Oh, Mob Psycho. Okay, so Mob Psycho, that's another one that we'll review for you guys maybe next week, maybe the week after. But yeah, they have a lot of similarities. The animation is kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to talk about that, then we can talk about Mashle. We've already reviewed Mashle. That animation is kind of sort of the same with the main character.
No,
So-
but the characters are supposed to exist within the same world. They just have not interacted with one another.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, see you guys. And listen, we're learning things just like you are. This is our love of anime being brought to you with like the little crunchy bits that you may not get from, slick reviewers and things like that. We're just being open and honest about what we see, what we like, what we prefer, or not.
Yeah, and forgive me because I've watched so many animes over the course of 40 some odd years that stuff gets like mishmashed in my head.
So this is why we write things down.
Whatever.
But yes, so Eat the Cake Anime. Listen, I would recommend One Punch Man simply because producer Ron says that, it's great and you just have to keep pushing. So in this case, my 3-episode rule would not apply to this anime. So you just have to keep going. How many seasons did it have? I think it had did it have more than 3 seasons?
Yeah, right now we're waiting on additional seasons. There's talks of movies and everything else in relation to this.
Right. Okay.
So we're just like crossing our fingers, being patient, and
Okay.
when stuff hits, we're going to be there for it.
All right, so there you have it, you guys. Eat the Cake Anime. We do recommend One Punch Man. I recommend it at your own peril. Watch it in sub. Yeah, Ron's just like dub all day, every day.
Please do not listen to this woman who I love so much.
Oh my God.
It's a good anime. Matter of fact, it's not even good. It's great. Watch it.
And you know what? As a matter of fact, I tell you this now while we're recording. I will pledge to go back and watch the entire first season, and we will come back and do a bonus episode, a bonus follow-up of One Punch Man. How about that?
Oh, stop my beating heart.
Oh my God, whatever. Anyway, thanks you guys for joining us for this review of One Punch Man this week. Thanks so much for all the support. And until next time, don't forget, it is okay to enjoy anime.